Hi everyone. Oh, it's good to be with you again. I'm glad you made it to the channel. My name is Roy Cornwall. It's the 18th of November, which is a Monday, 2024 at 9:19 in the morning. Now, I have to say this, that I made one just prior to this on this topic and I erased it because I'm doing these too early in the morning. I'm too groggy. I'm away from my eyes. Okay, so I think I'm awake enough now. um, uh, A gentleman came out of the coffee shop. He was waiting for me. He's outside. He's waiting for me to come out. I don't drink coffee. I drink chocolate milk. And he says, "Can I talk to you?" I says, "Okay," because I figure he's going to talk religious. He's looking right at my cross. He says, he says, "I'm Muslim." I says, "Yeah, I kind of figured that." He says, "I want to know a couple of things because he can't ask anybody in his family or anybody he knows they don't know." He says, "Is Jesus a man?" I says, uh, "He's a man, but he has the divine uh, properties of God. Maybe not to the extent that God has, but he has divine powers. And he is a human, he will bleed." Okay? He says, "Well, what about God?" Yeah. Is He says, "Because I'm thinking God's got to be an alien." So I sat down on my three-wheel bicycle. I tried to slow and calm my personality a bit. And I explained this to him. I said, "Listen," I said, "back in the knight in shining armor days, if you go to a museum, the armor was only like 3.5. A 4 foot tall person back in them days was a. These guys are the knights. They're the biggest, strongest, toughest guys there are. And that armor is only 3.5, 4 feet tall. That's the biggest ones in that time. Fast forward to today, our children, we're 6 foot tall, the parents, and the kids are 6.5, going on 7 foot tall. Fast forward another 1,000 years, and we're going to be 8 foot tall. We're going to be able to move objects with our mind. We're going to be able to manifest stuff. We're going to be able to astral travel. Uh, the list, we're on the verge of blossoming as a race. And he says, "What do you mean by that?" I said, "Well, the human race comes out of the ground. It's like a flower. It comes out of the ground. The petals start to open up, turn towards the sun, and open up and stay that way for a period of time. Then it wilts and it dies." I said, "Every race that's existed on this planet follows those laws." And he says, "Every race?" I said, "Yeah, our race is only one race. There's a race before this that lived that did this, and I believe that's where some of the Goliath and some of these big giants from the past that were left over from the old race uh, made its way into mythology in our race. And that happened before them, and that happened before them, and that happened before. I have reason to believe that it's been 4 races prior to ours, right? Now, go back, go back, go back, go back. I believe God is one of those beings from the very first race. I don't know what started humanity, period. But I got a feeling it was God, and He took His place within that race as a human, like Jesus did. He came down and took His place. But God Himself did that in that race. That race went like this, turned and flowered and died, right? But God didn't die. He must have been, He did not die. The next race starts up, and God is now, because He has to go from one race to the other, He doesn't manifest Himself into that race, the second race, like Jesus. He's like now with us, God. He's everywhere, like the clouds. That's from the first race to the second race on. That's how He does it. Well, with our race, He realizes He needs that connection between where He is and where we are. So He gives us Jesus Christ. Right? Now, Jesus Christ looks like God, so God must look like a human, right? So he is human, but he's got all these divine powers because he's just been around so long. And like the flower that manifests, and we end up moving objects and stuff, he stayed on that path. Moving objects is simple for him. He now is so much more intelligent with his brain. He's actually become a god to us. Where are we with this flower thing? We've come through the ground with the caveman, and hunter-gathering, and we're just starting to open our petals now. Can you not feel this? Every country in the world is opening their eyes to woke, to the Democratic Party in the States, to Trudeau, to all the evil in the world is on our sites. Because we're opening our eyes up to, we're not opened up like this yet. We're just about right here. We've just started opening our petals and we're seeing what's around. We don't like it. And we're going to change it. So, God is human. Jesus Christ is human. Both these have divine powers because they've been around for so long. And it's what you and I can manifest eventually into. That's why God calls us his children. Because we're on the same path as him. We're going to manifest into having the same powers as Jesus Christ. Healing abilities, everything. Think about that. This is something you're not going to get from a Bible, but it's supported by facts in the Bible. They only go back one generation. They don't go back past the Bible, but history and sections of the Bible, and God making me a chosen person has given me the gift of prophecy. I sort of know what's coming in my mind. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this because I'm a human, always subject to making mistakes. Maybe a little bit this, a little bit, but on the main path, I'm correct. We are on the cusp of turning into something. Now, I don't think all these abilities are going to come overnight. They'll come probably one at a time, pop. It'll pop in that person, maybe he can read minds, or it'll pop in this person, maybe he can move an object or something, but look for the government to sit on these people, to hide them, take them out, pluck them out of society. They don't want you to know you're turning into this. Believe me, our governments. They won't be able to control us. They won't be able to tax us. They won't be able to throw us in jail. There'll be no more evil people. They won't be able to do anything to us. The police departments won't exist because everybody's going to be good eventually. Every one of us know this inside, that this is where we're headed. Right about now, you must be having an epiphany, saying this guy's right. All the evidence supports what I'm saying. Right from the knights in shining armor, from their armor in the museums, right through to today's of how we're acting today and what's happening in our society. It gives an answer from where God came from. Now, I don't know where the first person in that first race came from. I don't know. It may have been God. He may have somehow gotten these abilities early. I don't know. That's too far back for me to say. But I do know, I'm pretty sure that God is from that time. Whether he's part of that first race or he was just there as God at that first race. But he was there. And he's been manifest, he's been growing like we grow. 4 generations of humans go by. He's really smart. Nobody's as smart as this guy. Nobody can live that long. Even aliens live and die. Everything lives and dies, except God, apparently. So, think about this. I'm dying for a comment. I would like, whether you agree or disagree, I don't care. It's the conversation that we have afterwards that counts, isn't it? Eh? Believe in God. Believe in God. He is there. I've spoken to him. Believe in Jesus Christ. He is there. I have spoken to him, and both these guys have spoken back to me. Right? Believe in your Holy Spirit. He's spoken to me, and My Holy Spirit speaks to your Holy Spirit. They got a network going there. So every Holy Spirit everywhere. So, um, by God's good grace, by Jesus Christ's overflowing love, and the joy that the Holy Spirit puts on us when we do good, yeah, that's a big one. That's the key to life and also the keys to heaven. We'll all meet together down the road in heaven. Blessings, everyone. Stay strong. There's sickness coming. Uh, I'm concerned about your feelings and all this. If I'm hurting your feelings, let me know. I'll change my ways. Bye, everyone, and may God bless. Bye-bye.